Hey guys, it's your boy Damage here, back again, once again, for the second week of the TPDP Draft League that I'm hosting. So, I'm just gonna get right into it. The team that I'll be facing for week 2 is the Super Centipedes, coached by Emperor Toehoe. So, just for a recap, this is my team, looks pretty nice, and this is my opponent's team. So, first things you'll notice is the extra Chino, that's pretty scary. Also has extra Reimu, also kind of scary. We also have post-buff extra Yumo, a little bit scary. Extra Yache is also kind of scary as well. A few scary puppets on Toe's team, but honestly, when building for this matchup, a few things that I'm a little bit scared of is, well, the extra Misumaru could be a little bit scary. I do have things for it, but I am gonna have to be ready for it when it comes and shell smashes on me. But the thing that's going to be the most scary about this team is actually the Speed Sakia, because I suspect that thing is going to be a thorn on my side. But with that in mind, we're going to talk about the teams now. So the first puppet on my team is a physically defensive extra Akachia, running Shining Press, Poison Sign, and Toxic Protect. Now, to be frank, there's a lot of moves I could have brought here. The guy has double waters, so I could have brought Voice of Famine. The guy also has double light nethers, so I could have brought Dark Sweets. I could have also brought Distortion Sign, because that also hits some stuff decently hard. But I thought these moves just had the most amount of value in this team, and that's because this extra Akachia is specifically designed to switch into the double physical warps that Toehoe has, the extra Yache and extra Reimu, and also the Speed Sakia. So, yes, this is my Speed Sakia check, and I am aware that the thing has Changeling. See why I say this is see why I say the Speed Sakia is gonna be a thorn on my side now? Yeah. Anyway, so because this thing is meant to switch into Speed Sakia into physical warps, I have Shooting Press for Sakia and Poison Sign for the physical warps. Now, alternatively, I could have gone for Sound Sign, because that would have deleted extra Yache, but it is possible the extra Yache might not even come, because it's this thing just walls extra Yache stabs, so yeah, that's a thing. Lastly, Miasma is for Chirno, and Protect is, well, just in case I want to switch back into the bulky form. And that's pretty much it. The next one on the team is a specially defensive defense run with known limits. This thing is just mostly here to check the Assist Magon and also the Speed Moku. Now, this set is mostly standard, aside from the fact that that's Resto Chesto. The reason why it has Resto Chesto is simply because Toehoe could run Sub-Toxic on this Assist Magon. For some reason, Toehoe just loves Sub and Recover, specifically on Assist Magon. So, this is just here to not die to Toxic. That's pretty much it. Next, we have a physical defensive defense Ringo with a counter bet. Now, I will say this is going to be my primary extra Reimu switch-in aside from extra Akachia, because the thing is that extra Reimu has High Tone Crush for extra Akachia, which is annoying. So this is going to be my primary switch-in for the extra Reimu. The reason why it's counterbit is because I am going to want damage on extra Reimu, because damage from counterbit, potentially phone wins, and damage over time from the Flame Orb that Reimu will have is going to be nice for my Scarf Sagame to collect ultra high tone on the extra Reimu, aside from Sweet Desperado. The reason why I want to do this is twofold. So, although I could use Sweet Desperado to kill extra Reimu, or to revenge kill extra Reimu, there are two problems with this. One, the smooth could miss, and two, the guy could switch into Speed Sakia, which is a huge loss of momentum for me, because then Sagame can be pursued. So yeah. Ideally, the reason why this set is the way it is because I ideally want to clean with Ultra High Tone instead of Sweet Desperado. That's pretty much it. Rocks is because of rocks. Air Stamp is because extra Misumaru can potentially be annoying, and um, this thing mostly just hard walls extra Misumaru, except aside from it running Gravity Blast, and well, it's running Gravity Blast, so yeah. And to be honest, this thing could be either Power Drain or Atomic Energy. I'm still unsure which stab I want. Power Drain is nice for the double water, but Atomic Energy is nice for hitting Extreme harder. I literally don't know which is the better stab. Anyway, we have a specially defensive Power Tokyo next with Warning Shot. So, the reason why this is here is mostly because it's an extra unit check. You may have noticed that the defensive pivots in my team thus far have been Extra Katya, Defense Ron, and Defense Ringo. All of them are weak to Water Dark, so this is my extra Yuma check. This is mostly just here to spin hazards, and mostly spam Solar Eclipse. Now, I will say, this does conflict with the Toxic that Extra Katya has, but I did say before that the Toxic is mostly for Cherno, and if the Solar Eclipse hits Cherno first, then it's a little bit annoying. But I do have stuff like the Sagame and my other puppet that can deal with Cherno anyways, so it's not that big of a deal. And also, the reason why I have Solar Eclipse on this thing in general is because most of Toho's puppets are special attackers. So Solar Eclipse is just generally nice because of this. Oh, and one more reason why this has... Oh, the second reason why this has Warning Shot over something like Regenerator is because Extreme Misumaru could be a problem. Like I said, if the thing comes and it Shell Smashes on me, I am gonna have to do something about it. So yeah. For the next puppet, we have Scarf Pyro and yeah, this thing is mostly just a cleaner. This thing is just mostly here to click Poison and Sound moves because Toho's draft is weak to Poison and Sound. Impulse is here for like a nice medium ground option. Like, say for example, this thing comes in on Speed Sakya, and they could potentially switch into Extra Serial / Extra Misumaru. This is just a nice middle ground option. But if I am confident that either light nethers will come in on this thing, then I do have Dark Sweets for that. But yeah, this thing is mostly just a revenge killer. And for the last puppet, we have Speed Tochiko with Guts Flame Orb running double electric move, Overrain Changeling. Now, a few things to note about this Speed Tochiko. Firstly, Speed Tochiko is the fastest mon in this matchup. That's pretty nice. Second thing to note about this matchup, Toad does not have a single ground type. So yeah, I am taking full advantage of the fact in the sense that I am not running Facade with Guts because I simply don't need Facade, and also I'd rather have a second electric stab option that doesn't have recoil because spamming more electric moves is just overall good. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Overray is just in case I need priority, and Changelings for the light nethers that resist electric stab. And that's pretty much it. So with that in mind, I will see you guys in the games. Goodbye. So, unfortunately, during my live recording, I had my audio muted. So, basically, if I were to upload what I just recorded, then you guys wouldn't really hear anything. So, instead of a live recording, I'm just gonna do this scuffed post-game commentary, which kinda sucks. I mean, apologies if you were expecting live commentary, but my bad for muting, and, well, you gotta do what you gotta do. So, what I'm gonna do here is play back what I recorded, and I'm just going to just give my overall thoughts, in regards to, like, team preview and during the match. So what you could say, in team preview, my opponent Toehoe didn't bring either light nethers, which was kind of relieving to see that I don't have to potentially face against Shell Smash. And I also see that they didn't bring the Speed Moku, so Defense Aron's role, Defense Aron didn't have that much of a role in this game because, actually she still had a role against the Assist Magon, but yeah, once the Magon was dead, Defense Aron didn't have much of a role to begin with. But in any case, basically what I was deciding in team preview was whether or not I wanted to lead with Scarf Sagame or Speed Tochiko. To be honest, either lead was fine here. But I think what I did was I ultimately led with Scarf Sagame in case Toehoe led with a Scarf for themselves or something like that. I think maybe I just led with Pyro Sagame because Pyro Sagame was just nice, was just better into everything. But yeah. Okay, yeah, and then I decide to. Yeah, I go in everything, and then, alright, just gotta time it with what I put in the past. Alright. So the game starts, and they lead with Extra Chirno, and I lead with Power Sagame. In this position, I just thought Ultra High Tone was pretty free to click. I could go with Sweet Desperado, but the reason why I went for Ultra High Tone was because I didn't want to switch into Sakia and get and risk getting pursued. Also, since both of this was something that I didn't realize until just now, but since they didn't bring either of their light nethers, they had nothing that resisted sound. So I went for the Ultra High Tone, it was pretty free, and I see that the Sakia was Sash Unburdened specifically. And then from here, I thought since the Sakia was pretty low, I was debating on either switching into Extra Akacha or Defense Ringo. Extra Akacha would have been nice to take up Brandish. So then, in that case, like Speed Sakia would use Brandish and then die to Recoil. But going into Defense Ringo would have been nice to get a Rocky Helmet proc off on the Sakia and kill it that way. What I initially did first was go into Extra Akacha. Oh, okay, I skipped too far. So after I went to Extra Akacha, they clicked Knock here, which was a little bit annoying for me because that knocked off Extra Akacha's lefties, and lefties is an item that Akacha definitely needs to basically stay healthy. It was a little bit annoying, but from here I decided to click EQ, mostly because I thought EQ was just nice into anything they switched into. They could have gone into Extra Reimu, but if they went to Extra Reimu, I would have had a free switch into Defense Ringo anyway, and then I would proceed into my game plan of just chipping the Reimu down with its own recoil and its own Flame Orb and whatnot, alongside the Guts, the Flame Orb damage, the Rocky Helmet damage, whatnot. So the Speed Sakia goes for U-turn here, getting some damage on the Extra Akacha, which does suck. And then from here, they go into, well, I'm not going to spoil it yet. They go into Assist Magon as I click EQ. And it dies. I'm going to suspect that maybe Toehoe was expecting a Voice of Famine for me, because I think from that position it seemed like a good middle ground play, as it hit basically almost everything that Toehoe had. So maybe they were trying to catch me going for a move that basically hit everything. But because of that, they sacked the Magon because of it. Now they go back into the Speed Sakia to try to revenge. I protect here to get to switch back into the form. the bulky form. And then from here, I decided to go into Defense Ringo, because I definitely expected a changeling from this position, and I wanted Sakia to die from the Rocky Helmet recoil, so I don't have to deal with it anymore. Yeah, so yeah, it goes for U-turn, it dies to Rocky Helmet. And then from here, my opponent decided to go into extra Reimu, and this was a decent position for me to be in, because from here, whatever the Reimu does, I could just sit on this and just wait for the Reimu to kill itself with the recoil. So yeah, they go into extra Reimu. I wanted to set up rocks first because rocks were just overall really good here. They decided to go for coil. I didn't really give a shit. So yeah, I set rocks, the Flame Morph rocks, and then from here, I wanted to spam recover. I just wanted to spam recover and just let the Reimu hit itself with recoil plus plus Rocky Helmet plus plus burn damage. And what they went for first was actually Facade, which I initially thought was a strange option because I did resist the move anyway, but I did notice that Facade does not trigger the counter bit of this game. Or does not trigger the Rocky Helmet. So since I thought they're probably just gonna try to spam Facade on me, I thought I'd at least want some damage off on this. And this is where Atomic Energy over Power Drain would have in hindsight been more useful. But like I said in my team overview, I didn't really know which stab was better for me to click because I basically didn't know the position. I didn't know where the direction of this game was gonna go. But you're gonna see why the decision to go Atomic Energy over Power Drain was... Or... The decision to go Power Drain over Atomic Energy was really important, and that's because this thing lived on 1 from the burn damage, which was really unfortunate for me. Had I used Atomic Energy, or had the Defense Ringo had Atomic Energy in its moveset aside from Power Drain, then I definitely would have killed the Rainbow there. But it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things because I could still revenge kill this thing. In this case, I decided to revenge kill it with Speed Tochiko and just go for an overray in case extra Reimu had some priority move that I went for. This also allowed Speed Tochiko to get the Flame Orb proc off, which I thought was pretty nice in case the extra Chirino would be problematic. But from here they decided to go into extra Yache, and I did calc whether or not Guts Thor's hammer would kill the Yache, which it didn't. So they go Yache, and since I saw that a Guts boosted Thor's hammer didn't kill the Yache, I decided to U-turn on this and go into my extra Akacha just to basically take a hit from this thing and just chip it down with Poison Sign. So the Yache goes for Blitzkrieg, which was their coverage of choice. I clicked Poison Sign on the Yache, and unfortunately it did live on a sliver of HP. And this is also where my decision to go Poison Sign instead of Sound Sign kind of bit me in the ass. But this is one of those instances in which I didn't really know what the direction of the game was going to go, and I didn't know what coverage move would be better in general. But because I decided to go for Poison Sign instead of Sound Sign, that my Akachi did die as a result. But in this position... But at this position, my opponent only had 2 waters remaining, and I had a Scarf Poison type at the ready. So all I had to do was just spam Sweet Desperado 2 times and just win the game. So what's gonna happen here is the Cheerno is gonna die to Sweet Desperado. I get the -2 special attack drop. I'm gonna go into my defense, or I'm gonna go into my Power Tokyo to reset the stat drop. Get a special Intimidate on this off, get a slow turn off, and then just win the game from there. So yeah, what's gonna happen is I switch out, I go into the Tokiko, warning shot happens, they click a move. Then a U-turn out into the Sagame. Click Sweet Desperado one more time, and that's the game. And that is all for my Week 2 match. Pretty clean game, pretty clean Week 2 match if I do say so myself. GG's to my opponent. And I'll see you guys in the next week, and hopefully I don't mute myself in this next week. Later, guys.